Welcome to solverfy.
So we're asked to figure out the speed of a satellite in circular orbit around the Earth. Well, I know that the square of the period is 4 pi r cubed, 4 pi squared r cubed over gm. But the period is, well, let's not go to that yet. Just take the square root of both sides. R cubed over gm. Now, the period is 2 pi r over the speed. Or rather, the speed is, speed of the satellite is 2 pi r over the period, which is 2 pi square root of r cubed over gm. The 2 pi cancels out. This and this cancel out. 2 of the r's in the denominator cancel out. And so it is the square root of gm over r, which I probably could have just written down without going through this. But anyway, square root of gm over r. Okay, let's move on to B. So the satellite breaks into two masses, m and 4m. And it tells us that the smaller piece is stationary with respect to Earth and falls directly toward Earth. We're asked to figure out the speed of the larger piece. So I'm going to write that the kinetic energy before the explosion equals the kinetic energy after the explosion of the smaller one plus the kinetic energy after this explosion of the larger one. So the kinetic energy at the beginning is 1/2 times m, although the mass at the beginning is 5m. And then the initial v initial squared is the square root of gm over r. So 1/2 mv squared is just going to be gm over r. Okay, kinetic energy of the smaller one. It says that it becomes stationary. So I'm thinking that v just ends up being 0. And so this 1/2 mv squared when v is 0 is 0. 1/2, now it is 4m times, again, gm over r. Wait a minute, let's not write GM over R. V squared. Okay, so the 1/2 cancel out. The m's cancel out. So the velocity will be the square root of 5/4 GM over R. Okay, so now let's go to part C. This did increase its speed, and it's going to move into a new orbit. So, so we can set the square root of GM over B, which will be the distance away when it reaches the other end of the ellipse, equals the square root of 4/5 GM over R. So I cancel out the G and the M, invert the whole thing. Well, take the square of both sides and invert the whole thing. B equals 5/4 R. Which, by the way, is 1.25 R, so it will be 25% farther away than it was before.